Hello everyone, Sean Shumway here with Authentic Arising. It's time for another reading. It's been a little while since I've done one, but I'm feeling called to share messages. So let's tune in and see what needs to come through. I'll be reading from John Holland's Sacred Tarot of the Heart Oracle deck. And if any others in the course of the reading call to me, I'll provide those out as well. But this is where I'm being shown to start. And settling in, grounding. What needs to come through at this time. Getting to pull 6 cards. Right, and we're reading these from my left to right. So we have, I'll show you each of them, and then we'll actually get to what the messages are. So manifest. Challenging times. master. Observe. Joy and stability reversed. And the third eye chakra. Okay, so overall I'm getting an impression here that there is, for the collective that is hearing this, that, what's the right way to put this? That you are at a time of really learning your true power. As we're starting with that manifestation and the steps to come into this, of really seeing your own creative potential, your own co-creation powers with the universe. And there's like a lot of pre-work that people go through to be ready for this, but now it has begun and you're really in the midst of it and really taking the first steps of working this process and learning how to stand in this. In fact, we're even starting with the one card, the beginning, the self. And as we see, the figure on the card, he's not in his notes, reading books. Look at that confident face. He is in the act of manifesting. And of course, we're always manifesting. Literally all we ever do is manifest. It's just a choice of whether it's consciously or unconsciously. And now is the time to truly step into your conscious co-creation. Because the ether is ripe and malleable and ready to really work with this, and manifestations are going to come and come and come and come and come. Whether that's conscious or unconscious. So learn how to focus, how to really draw up and hone in what you want. And in fact, we're going to our next one, our challenging times. And there may be a little bit challenging times going on now, but this is really, we've just gone through some challenging times. There's still maybe some closing out of the cycles to do, but this last period has really been teaching you about this, about how to, challenges always have a blessing, and that they allow what no longer serves to fall away. They draw up what is most necessary, what's most vital, what is most pure to the surface. And that's what these challenging times have drawn to you. Notice we have the 5 card here. That's a time of change, of transition, of spontaneity, of uncertainty, of instability, of flex, of malleableness. And that has really been a purification process. So you can really learn this conscious co-creation of digging out all these deep subconscious things that you've been creating from. So now you can really create from your true desires, from your true soul purpose, and bring that forward. So that way it's not passing through the filters of all these beliefs that you've been carrying within you that weren't even yours to begin with. Absolutely. So you've gone through this process, and now you're stepping into this master phase. With all that as I said, clearing out all the programs that are not really yours, all those ideas that you took on that weren't really yours, so you can create right from that heart space. See how he's focusing all his energy right there, and it's radiating out around him into that beautiful green aura. That process of just that constant manifestation of that heart-centered self, of that magnetic, coherent heart field, that is in perfect line with that focused mind. See, it's not like in a lowered way, but his head is down, direct focus into that heart space, heart-mind coherence, radiating out the field to bring the highest vibrations into manifestation. That one's got a little more to say. I'm really being called to notice not only simply the number, the 15, but the placement of it. See how it's right there in his head. And that's telling me that 15 that comes down to the 6. 6 is our home, it's our home environment, it's how we create around us, it's harmonious living situations. But the fact that it's sitting in his head tells me that it's about that inner home space, that home of the soul, that inner garden, that cultivating that inner self. Again, clearing out all those things so the only pure manifestation and pure creation comes forward. Take us on to our next one, observe. Okay. And what this is telling me, there's a quote from Carl Jung that modern man cannot see God because he doesn't look low enough. And how that applies here is know the manifestation is happening. It's always happening. Simply stay back and observe, and don't get so caught in the trap of, yes, we need to be taking conscious, inspired action towards bringing our manifestation to being. But don't get so caught up in the fact of what you need to do, that you don't realize what you are doing as well, what already has fallen into place. The steps are already there, that you are in fact working the process, that it is in process, that it is coming into being. Be in that place of that neutral, grounded observer. Look at that expression, just, I'm here and it is happening right here, right now. Even though there are steps coming in the future, it is now in this moment as well. In that quantum sense, there is only the moment of now. So we have the 4 sides coming together in the center there. So all those peripheries in the moment of now, and stay in that centered place, knowing that in every moment the manifestation is happening. It has happened. It is happening in the moment. Nope, there's more for this one. taking me back to the previous. This is also saying, be mindful, be observant of your own thoughts, your own internal dialogues, because some of the old loops may still come up. The old thoughts, the old patterns. They kind of have their own will to hang on sometimes. It can sometimes be a little bit difficult to let go of them. And just until the pattern really shifts. So the point is just observing when that happens. Don't get caught up in the judgment of it, but then just simply let it release. Don't fight it. Don't get kind of caught into the trap of don't think about it, because then you are thinking about it. But just simply, when you catch yourself doing it, stop, observe, and just allow it to dissipate and recenter back to the true intention, the true self coming forward. And be observant, again, of the self. That's another thing the card is saying to me is in the figure's expression there, I'm going to call it a she just for simplicity's sake. She's looking forward, but just kind of staring off into the distance, which means, not really looking at anything, just kind of that looking off, because really the thoughts are in here, being very observant, kind of settled within the self. Okay, and this reverse joint stability card. Okay, so the joint stability coming up reversed, that just means that it's not here yet. We're working through this process, and if we stay in this process of doing this work, of releasing those patterns, and really staying in that mastery of self and that harmony, mind coherence, without even realizing, I set this down right side up. That joy stability, it's reversed because it's in the future. It hasn't been locked in yet. It is only a potential. But if we do this work, it will manifest and come into being. And we've got to really do the work to create it within the self, in our own internal landscape, before it will come to external manifestation. We are inside-out creators. So when we can really find that joy, that stability in the self, just in the act of being, like I said, in the knowing that the manifestations that are coming, that they already are coming in the moment, without relying on that external feedback, and just holding that space within self, that is what will allow it to come into external manifestation, into being, into the times we can actually see and feel experientially in the world around us. And the more we can feel that sense within, just within ourselves, just within that inner knowing, the more it will magnetize and draw that external experience to us. and just know that as an affirmation, as a confirmation that the work is working. Stay on the path, you're doing it. And in our third eye chakra card, okay, what I mentioned before. So the third eye is, of course, our higher sense, our sixth sense, our psychic abilities, our vision. But to make that in really simplified terms, it is our intuition. That part of knowing that knows beyond the logical mind. And why this is coming in the context of this reading is when doing the work of these steps, when learning how to, we need guidance for exactly what to do with this work, for knowing the appropriate actions to bring things into being. Because of course we have to have that internal knowing and these great intentions, but then bringing it into practical action of knowing what practical action can you do in this moment for your highest good, to manifest your highest desires. Tune into your inner intuition, your inner knowing. That is going to guide you. And whether that be simply your own intuitive voice, it may tell you to look at a reading such as this one, or get a personal reading from me, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, which I'm very happy to do. It might be to watch a particular show or a movie, pick up a book. Be open to where your guidance can come from. See what moves you emotionally in what you arise and what you're led to observe and watch and listen to, and don't put limits on where that guidance can come from, but tune into that internal voice and follow it to know what is the practical actions you can take to bring things into being. And anything else from this? Any more for the readings today? Okay. And the tarot is talking, so let's see what that has to say. Bit of a tricky deck to shuffle. So just one more card to sum it all up from the tarot. And have the Two of, which is sticks in this deck, which is the Two of Wands, of course. And what is immediately standing out to me is the hands in the map. And what that's saying to me is where there's definitely someone that needed to hear this, that needed this guidance, that needed, especially the way that hand there is pointing towards a specific spot on the map. You know, there's somebody that's been, where do I go, where do I go? And there's the hand pointing to say, here it is, here's the guidance. So whoever needed to hear this, so it's for everyone in this collective or something specific. Yeah, this is for whoever this message reaches. That this whole message is to affirm to you that you are on the path, that if you've been kind of a little, am I doing this right? Yes, you are. And to really come into mastery and to really elevate your life, to take that next step forward, this is how to do it. To really just clear that way, and to know that it's time to do it too, because as you see, they're at a fork in the road there. And we want to take this path going on forward, not this divergent side road. Because there is again, the energy is very ripe for this work. Now is when we can really transform and break through these old walls and really step into this new way of being, into really tapping our power and being that and working with that and really co-creating from a very, very, very powerful place. And of course, we can always do this work, but right now we're in a very, very potent time where all the energetic forces are really in support of this. There's a portal here. There's an opening. There's a real energetically supported time to do this work. So that will be very, very, very powerful, and more productive than to do at another time when things are pointing in another way, when the energies are sitting differently. So to bring it back to this, it's here's your sign, here's your direction, here's your time. So really, really step up and do this, because you can do it and it will benefit you greatly. And we're going to close out with that. That is the reading for today. If this resonates with you, feel free to like the video, leave a comment, share, subscribe, all the things. And if you're interested, I do offer personal readings. You can reach me at my Facebook page at Authentic Arising to get that scheduled. Be blessed.